Ready to Blow. A novel from behind the bookcase. Written by E.B. Bannister. Narrated by Tane Rockwell. Oh, wait a minute. That's me. Oh, hell yeah, baby. Chapter 1. It's hard to shave around your asshole. Real hard. A dangerous game of cat and mouse, but instead of cats and mice, we're talking razor-sharp blades and rectal tissue. But I've gotten it down to a science. I'd take a wager that I'm in the top 10 in the country in butthole trimming, but who knows? Might actually be more like top 7 or 8. I'm that damn good. And when looking good is number 1 on your list of job duties, you better believe I take it seriously. So while most of the working world is out there trying to find the billable hours on their timesheets for things like pencil pushing and kiss assing, I'm billing all my time to deadlifts and waxing my eyebrows. Checkmate, working stooges. But with each hair that I perfectly extract from my taint that falls to the bathroom floor comes just another little sacrifice that I make for my country. Sure, it's dangerous. Anytime you're dancing around the asshole with a sharp blade, it takes a sharp mind to go alongside of it. It's risky. But risky's my middle name. Actually, it's not. I wasn't quite being truthful there. My middle name isn't Risky, though that's for sure a cool middle name, and I'm inspired now to look into the legality of having mine changed to it. Agent Fold, Risky, Tan Guy has a hell of a ring to it, doesn't it? My real middle name is none of your goddamn business. I'll never tell it. Feels weird between my first name, Fold, and my last name, Tan Guy. 2 standard, conventional names. My given name just doesn't fit. I don't like it. So forget about it. I'll never tell. And that's why I'm in the line of work I'm in. I never tell anyone anything. I never tell anyone I'm a spy. I'd never do that, ever. Back to the matter at hand, personal hygiene is serious business in my industry. A good spy is great looking. We're all sexy. I just happen to be the sexiest. I prefer to go entirely dry when I shave my asshole and balls. I like to live on the edge, always have. So I effortlessly glide my razor in one swift motion along my taint and send a cascade of hairs tumbling towards a toilet like army men parachuting into the fields of France during D-Day. Except these aren't men. They're anal hairs. And they don't have parachutes either, but it's a pretty good analogy otherwise. From the asshole, I strike swift across my balls, a slicing, dicing, manscaping maestro. It takes me less than 4 strokes to clear the playing field of any unwanted pubis. And don't take that as some sort of indictment on ball size. They're big, guys. Real big, I promise. Finally, it's onto my shaft. I spot just one hair standing at attention off the left side of my hulking behemoth. I look at the hair for a moment, really sizing it up. Quite frankly, I'm almost offended. Would a fly have the gall to just land above the Mona Lisa's smile? Is there any chance in hell a gang of feral cats would have the audacity to spray hot shit on the side of the Eiffel Tower? No, of course not. They wouldn't dare. They have some goddamn respect. So it angers me to no end to see such an affront protruding from my greatest work of art and our nation's most powerful weapon. I put the razor down. I won't be needing you for this mission, I say to the inanimate plastic razor. This one's personal. I pinch the renegade follicle between my ring finger and my pinky. Unconventional gripping technique, I know, but it works for me. I bend down low, placing my head just inches from my shaft. I do yoga. A small grin curls up on my lips as I lean in even closer and whisper to the hair, "Welcome to the jungle." I grunt loudly and proudly as I rip the hair from my cockskin with so much force that it creates a small ripple effect in the toilet, sending my discarded paratroopers bobbing around like they're caught in a wave pool. A wave pool from hell. I think about dropping this hair in with the others, but that'd be too kind. This fucker needs to be taught a lesson. I stop and think for a moment about a just punishment for this invader when it hits me. I open my mouth and toss the pube in like a kernel of popcorn. My plan was to send the traitor back into my body and sentence him to a lifetime in my butt for his crimes, but it doesn't go down so easily, and I begin to choke and cough on the small but tenacious hair. I spend the next 35 minutes gasping for air, turning purple and nearly dying from asphyxiation as I panic and try to work down the hair for good. I thrash wildly about the bathroom, whipping my arms around and smashing through my medicine cabinet. I crack my luxurious porcelain throne to pieces in my panic death throes. Finally, just before I pass out for good, I send the pube down my mouth tube and take a look back at myself in the mirror with a smile before I say, "Take that, my pube." I shoot a finger gun at myself in the mirror and wink. Later, I'm in my living room. It takes me over 6 hours to get ready every morning, and that's on a good day. I'm a little halfway through my second morning workout before workout when the hollow chatter bubbles up. "Answer," I command it, as the captain's holographic body digitizes into my living room. "Fold," Captain Castle barks.
It's serious. I know you're still probably only halfway through your second workout before workout, and you know how much I respect your time away from HQ, but we need you in right away.
I can tell the captain's not joking around. Something about the look on his face, and also that he opened the conversation with, "Fold, it's serious." I just know. It must be serious. I'm not one to screw around with Captain Castle. Hell, you don't become the agency's prize seduction agent by fucking around with the cap. When the captain calls, you do exactly what he wants, immediately. That's why I tell him. 10 more squats and I have to do my hair and definitely gonna have to get my coffee and maybe take a shit or two and I'll be there, sir. The captain groans, probably just blown away by how seriously I'm taking his order. Fine, he grumbles as the hollow chatter fades away. It's crazy to think there was a time before holograms could just walk around your apartment at any given moment. A time before mind chips and crim locks. Before hollow holders and laser eyes. Shit, I can't even believe there was a time before Digigorgle. But the history books tell me it happened. I've got no use for that, though, not all the way up here in 2049. I take a deep breath and prepare for my final few reps. I lick to my reflection in the mirror, encircling my entire living room / dojo / whatever the hell I want it to be room, and get back to the body sculpting. The sun's up a bit later, and I'm walking down the street looking cool as fuck on my way to Starbucks Zorp. I'm told everything used to be called by its first name back in the past, but we're in the future now, baby. Absolutely every brand has a Z word attached to the end of it. Future as fuck. So here we are, at the Starbucks Zorp. Just as I reach the front doors, I spot the same homeless guy that's begging outside here every single day, and I proceed to give him the same offer that I give to him every single day, too. All he has to do is land just one punch on me, and I'll give him a $15 gift card to Subway Zoop. Yup, benevolent, right? Some people don't even give it all. Disgusting. As usual, the bum takes me up on the offer. He throws his standard feeble left cross and I counter, beating him to within a half inch of his life. No footlong in your future this time, Carl, I say as I step over his body that's now oozing blood onto the streets. People gasp and point, undoubtedly all by my charity. I wave to them and nod. It's no big deal, really. I'm just a guy. A tan guy. As I'm waiting in line inside the Starbucks Zorp, I can't help but notice the barista. That's mostly because she's got a pair of honking honkers that are pressed up against her tight shirt so hard that it basically leaves nothing to the imagination. Man, I love that. We make eye contact and she smiles coyly. I wink and do a little lick thing too, and then I do double guns at her and lightly thrust my pelvis in her direction. It's casual and cool. Understated. I can't help but think she definitely wants to fuck me too. That's because just the other night I got a text from her that read, "I definitely want to fuck you." So, I fucked her. But now, in line, I can't do that again because I'm a federal agent and she might get fired and I don't want to make any of these needle-dick men in here any more jealous of me than they already are. So I play it cool. I walk up and put in my order. I'll have my usual. A double chai tan guy, I say to the kid taking orders but with my eyes locked onto the barista the whole time. They know what I mean when I say that too. I'm in here so often that I figured I'd save them the step from having to hear about all the manly shit that usually goes into my morning coffee. Peppermint. Sage, lemon, sprinkles, parsnips. The kind of stuff that'll put hair on your chest. They know what goes in, so we just call it the double chai tan guy now. Because tan guy's my last name and it rhymes. Nice. As the new punk kid behind the counter is making my drink, I just keep looking at my barista, and she at me. I haven't moved an inch as I keep my eyes locked on her, and the line is really getting angry behind me. She's been staring right back at me for the entire time she's been arranging the muffin case, so she just drops them all over the floor, but we keep staring. It's hot. My gaze is only broken when there's a splash of molten heat blasted directly into my arm. At first I think I've been shot, and I react accordingly. I scream a little bit and choke back tears and try to collect myself. I finally realize that even though this really hurt like a bullet, it was just the idiot new kid behind the counter. Turns out, he sent a dribble of that hot black lava into my right bicep as he smashed my cup onto the counter.
"Oh, I'm so sorry, sir," he musters up. "Oh no, are you crying? I'm so sorry, it's my first day."
Of course I'm not crying, you idiot, I inform him. But I'm hot right now, real hot. So I take control of the situation. I grab the punk by his collar and pull him in closely. So close our lips are lightly touching in an entirely non-sexual, pure intimidation kind of way. I lock eyes with the trembling boy. I forgo words and simply bark and growl and throw in a jungle cat noise or two in there for good measure. When I make the noises with my lips, his lips move up and down in synchronicity with my own on account of me being so close that our lips are gently touching. Once I see the sufficient amount of fright in his eyes, I relinquish my death grip and grab my coffee off the counter. Again, I'm leaving a scene to a chorus of gasps and hushed chatter. Everyone's in awe. Frankly, I am too. That tiger noise I pulled out was even cooler than it sounded in my head before it came down my brain, up my throat, through my teeth, and out my lip hole. As I emerge into the sticky mid-August Washington, D.C. morning heat, I nearly slip on the ludicrous amount of shimmering blood now pouring from the bum's cavernous head wound. I briefly ice skate across the crimson oil slick, regaining composure just in time to save my coffee. I pull out my handkerchief and wipe a bit of hobo blood off my $6,000 shoes and wait for my Tesla to arrive. Moments later, I spot the electric, driverless car approaching in the distance through a thick layer of humidity. Humidity that seems to dance across the street like some army of ghosts haunting this fine city. I wipe up the last bit of bum blood from my boots and take a long, thoughtful sip of my piping hot double chai tan guy. I smile and say completely out loud to myself, I'm on top of the goddamn world. There's no way in hell anything unforeseen comes into my life and changes that.